Today's video, we are going to be installing the Varis V2 Widebody kit for my Evo 10. I think the first approach I'm going to take on it is start in the back and work my way forward. So the first thing that we got to do is do a little trimming on the bumper. According to the instructions that come with the kit from Varis, they recommend marking this off kind of in this fashion right here, and the specifics will be in the instructions as far as the measurements from here to here and here, and then also across here as well. But yeah, this is the section that we pretty much have to cut, so let's get to doing that. So I had to use a couple different tools in order to cut this thing, just because some of them that I had weren't working so well. So yeah, I ultimately ended up using a Dremel with a cutoff wheel, and worked pretty well to cut this piece out. So sad cutting into Varis bumper, but it's a necessary evil. So I'll show you how the wide body kit kind of mocks up to it. So this piece just kind of sits something like that. That's why you got to cut that piece out. And according to Varis's instructions, there's a piece of the chassis in here that you need to cut out as well. So I'm going to end up doing that, and they recommend welding it as well. You guys may be wondering what's going on with the rear quarter panel. This car was in an accident at some point in its life, and both corner panels are pretty smashed up, so I think that's the reason why I went with a wide body, because we're going to end up cutting most of this out to give us enough space for the wide body kit and also for the clearance for the tires. So I'm not too concerned about that, especially with the body panel pieces that we're going to end up putting on here. It's going to cover up all that stuff. But yeah, let's keep moving on. So I got this quarter panel on, and I started to mess around with the door, but this thing, it doesn't line up here, and there's a huge dent here. I tried doing a little bit of PDR on it, couldn't get it to pop out. I used a hammer and dolly to try and straighten this thing out. So I think we're just gonna have to revisit this at a later time. I'm not exactly sure what I want to do about this, but let's get to doing the other side. got the whole rear quarter panel installed on the driver's side. And, you know, the kit's really good. The fitment's good. Obviously, there's an issue with this car. So I got to do a little bit of body work to pop this dent out right here. And then also right here, there's a dent underneath there that I got to pop out. But, yeah. This is so sweet. I can't wait to see the final product of this. But yeah, I think we'll move on to the side skirts. Moving on to the front fenders, guys. So on the stock fenders, basically you got to cut out this area right here and then the arch as well to make room for the new wide body kit. So that's what we're gonna do. So in addition to cutting the OEM fender on the Varis side skirts, you have to make a cut right here and then also along this bottom side to get this wide body panel on here. We got the wide body fender attached to the original one, and yeah, the fitment is really good on this thing. So we'll get to moving on to the other one. Pretty much just like the other side. I mean, it's straightforward. You just cut and bolt it on, and yeah, this whole side is done, which is pretty awesome. Let's see. Ooh yeah, she's a wide one. So next thing we get to move on to, yeah, is the front bumper. So the last piece of this puzzle is the front bumper. So I think first thing we got to do is get the lip, the carbon lip on this thing bolted up to it, and then we can get the wide body pieces attached to it as well, and then get it mocked up to the car. Looks so good, guys. Alright, so it doesn't say anything in the instructions about this, but I know you got to cut this piece off right here. There's no way that can stay on there and still mount up to the car. I feel like that would hit the tire. So yeah, we're gonna end up having to cut this guy right here. But yeah, we'll move on to the other side and get that one done. There it is, guys. Ooh, yeah. Now there's a little bit of sagging right here because there is nothing to support the top part of the bumper. So once we get the crash beam in there and whatnot, that won't sag like that. But yep, it's all mocked up and ready to go. So what I ended up doing is I ordered a door off of the Evo Grim Reaper, and I just need to go down there to pick it up because they don't ship it. So once I get that picked up and brought back here, I can finish mocking the rest of this up. But yeah, I think that's going to be a wrap on this video, guys. Next thing I got to do now is a lot of body work. So got to sand this stuff down and get it in primer and ready for paint. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button and be sure to subscribe. You'll definitely want to see how this comes out. Alright, till next time, guys.